Hi, everyone. It's Tanya Hertz here. Today, we're going to talk to you a little bit about a pervasive myth of multitasking. And a lot of people don't even realize that it is a myth, but multitasking is one of those things that you're going to learn is it's just not possible. A lot of people think that they're multitasking, but what they're really doing is something that we call switch tasking. Now, switch tasking is when we're trying to do a lot of things at the same time. And every time we're doing that, we're actually not doing them at the same time, but we're switching between task and task. And we found through research that every time you switch between tasks, you lose time, you decrease your performance, and it increases your stress level. So most people think that they're multitasking. They say that they're multitasking, but what they're really doing is they're switch tasking. And another thing that is often confused with multitasking is what we call background tasking. And that's when we're performing a task while something mindless or mundane is going on in the background. Now, that is not shown to be correlated with a decrease in performance or an increase in stress or an increase in time. And this can actually be a benefit to you. This could actually increase productivity. So example of background tasking would be delegating tasks to others while you're doing something more important, putting a machine to work in the background while you're answering your emails, or doing something like listening to music while you're exercising. That music is not taking that attention away. And so it's important to recognize the difference between switch tasking, background tasking, and multitasking. All right. So we're going to do a little test. This is a timed test. So what I'd like you to do is get out a piece of paper, draw 4 lines on the piece of paper. I'm going to time you. It's a time test. You are going to write out the words or the phrase rather, there are riches in niches. There are riches in niches. So this is an entrepreneurship phrase that you've maybe heard me say. And you'll write that on line 1. Then as soon as you're done with that, you're going to write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up through 20, just back to back. So let me know, get ready, get your paper ready, and then I'll let you know when we're ready to start here. So let me get my clock going and get my timer going and go ahead and start. You have 30 seconds. We're going to time 30 seconds. So maybe we should play the Jeopardy song. I shouldn't interrupt. Ten seconds remaining. So were you able to get that done in about 30 seconds? Most of you probably were, right? Probably were. Second time around. Let's do this now. Let's do the same thing. We're going to write out there are riches and niches, but we're going to switch between the two. So every time you're done writing the first letter, you're going to switch down and write the number. Then you'll go back up to the letter, then to the number, back to the number, letter, number. So back and forth between the two. Write out there riches and niches up 1 through 20. And I'm going to time you again. You can go ahead and start. Ten seconds remaining. That's 30. Still going. What about maybe 45? Okay, that's about 45. you can see it. Hopefully by now you're done. Maybe might have even taken you a little bit longer. Stop the clock now. Click, click, click. Okay, so could have even taken you longer. Now I'd like you to look at both of those and see if you made any mistakes. Right? Did you make any mistakes on the second one, on the first one? Look and see also if you have any differences in your handwriting. Is your handwriting the same? These are all things that you want to consider. Okay. So for your homework, for this assignment, write the total time for round one, write the total time that you took for round two. You can go ahead and do this again. And then why do you think this happens? What are the implications? Why did it take you longer in the second round? For most people, it does. Most people see an increase in their total time that it took them, a decrease in their quality of work, and an increase in their stress level. So what does that say to you about multitasking? Is multitasking really possible? Is it something that's even real? And what can you do to limit yourself from what you're essentially doing, which is switch tasking? Okay, so thank you. I will see you all again at the next video very soon.